Hey everyone, it's Flora. Welcome back to my channel. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is the last manga spoiler talk video for Fruits Basket Season 2! I can't believe we've already come this far, and it's been incredible, but I will definitely miss the season while it's on break in between Season 2 and 3, but I think we're gonna enjoy this next one. It's probably gonna be pretty intense, pretty cliffhangery, and I'm excited to see where it is in Volume 17 of the Tokyo Pop, so we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, cool. Here's the first one! It's Yuki! I am so proud of him as a character. Like, he has done a fantastic job this entire season in terms of growth, and I feel like the last episode with him defying Akito officially for like kind of the first time ever was a really big deal, and this is gonna be a big step forward for him. So I'm pretty sure this is when they kind of recap what happened on New Year's. There's the opening part with Kureno, and then Toru visiting Otani and Hana at school. Then it kind of goes back to what happened after New Year's, and Yuki comes by Shisho's place to visit. So he wanted to wish Toru a Happy New Year, and she asks what's wrong with his head. Obviously he still has a bandage from when Akito hit him with the vase. So this is where he's telling Toru, I defied Akito, and he let me have it. Inside I was really afraid, but I pushed myself a little. And I'm pretty sure it's this moment here, when he's saying that, because like even the flowers look the same. It's like a daisy or something. I really like this shot though of them. Like, it's their relationship is just so wholesome. Like right here, and then there's Yuki right here. So this is probably this shot, I'm guessing. Somewhere around that part. I'm just really happy with the way their relationship has grown throughout the series, and like now that Yuki understands his feelings fully, yes, he hasn't told Toru directly, but still, she's been a huge influence on his life, and I just love it so much. All right, next one. Aww, okay, so this one is probably when Momiji visits Shisho's house also on New Year's, and he tells Toru, I gave Kureno the CD. So she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, you thought of him and everything. Momiji says, when I gave it to him, my heart was pounding, but I'm glad I could make sure he got it. And she gets a little emotional after he tells her. Also, notice this, like, look at how tall Momiji is here. He is literally at Toru's height, both here and over here. I feel like the anime is starting to get a little bit better at showing him kind of maturing, especially that shot after Yuki was hit by Akito at the banquet. He definitely looked more mature in the shot with Hiro, but in terms of height, I didn't really notice him getting much taller. Like in the manga, it's like a slow progression of him slowly getting taller than Toru, but in the anime, it seems like they've kind of kept him the same, but I'm not really sure. I feel like lately he's been a little bit taller, so we'll see what they do with season 3 before the big reveal later on. Let's see. So yeah, this is when they both kind of pray together. Oh, wrong one. That is the cover page. When they kind of pray together and hope that he'll watch it, which we all know he does. Okay, yeah, so here's this part here. Yeah, this looks pretty much exact. But see how Momiji's still a little bit shorter in the anime? I mean, it's not too much of a difference, but yeah. Next one. Ooh. Oh my gosh. So I'm sorry that I didn't mention this in my last reaction. I kind of knew something was off in the moment, but I was a little distracted with like wanting to watch it and reacting. But there was definitely a huge typo mistranslation with Shigeru's line last week. A lot of people were upset about it, thinking like, oh, Shigeru's terrible, blah, blah, blah. Why would he say Akito should teach them a lesson? But no, really, I looked up the Japanese line, and basically what it means is he's saying like, Akito, I wish you would realize it too, or like, I wish you would see, I don't know, their growth or whatever, or realize it for yourself. So as much as Shigure is like cunning and I don't know, hard to read, he's not like wishing ill on everyone, especially the kids, you know, so I feel bad that that happened. But anyways, I'm thinking this is a flashback of what happened on New Year's. So there's a scene where Shigure and Hatori are talking together, and Hatori's asking if Shigure is gonna go see Akito, and he says, I tried, but he got mad and turned me away at the gate. Didn't like my attitude, apparently. So then it kind of flashes back to right after Yuki defied him at New Year's, and Akito says, why didn't you come right away when idiot Yuki said all those nasty things to me? Why are you like that? Why didn't you ever choose me first? So I'm thinking that it might be a shot of Shigure's face. In the manga, it doesn't really show. It just shows Akito mad and then him kind of thinking it over now. And then it switches to how Akito chose Kureno, and yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's that moment because it looks like a flashback with the edges of the screen. Okay, here we go. Oh man, this is gonna be a lot. This episode is like a huge drop of information, and I can see why they end the season with a big cliffhanger, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, because I always kind of thought that if you're gonna do this part, you should just, it kind of just flows, like it just keeps going the next few chapters, and I feel like cutting it off right in the middle is like, I don't know. I'm sure it'll still be good no matter what, but yeah, this is big. This is like Akito is God-like reveal, or Kyo's true form reveal. Like it's that level of like, this is big. Okay, so this is Toru crying. So they didn't really show much of the good chunk of the chapter, which is good because I don't want them to spoil too much, but basically Kureno watches the CD and gets upset because he thinks about Akito, and Toru leaves and runs into Kureno, and they obviously skip the whole like reveal thing in the screenshots. So then we get into chapter 97 content with Kureno walking up to Toru, and they're starting to talk, and then, let's see. Yeah, they skipped the big part. Let's see. So then, okay, all right, I think I found it. So after Kureno talks about his curse breaking and how he didn't know why it happened or how it happened, but it just did when he was like in middle school, and he felt sad at the same time elated. Like he looked at the sky and he realized, I'll never be able to fly again, and it kind of made him sad, but it kind of made him feel like free at the same time. So then Toru starts asking, but what about everyone else? They still think you're the bird. They still think you're a part of the zodiac. And what are you still not released from? So she looks pretty upset here, but I don't think this is quite the shot yet, because it's probably when he starts to walk away and he gives her the CD and says, thank you, but I won't be seeing her because I promised I'd be at Akito's side. And you can just tell from his face that he's just so sad. And he's like, I only met her twice, but they were such trivial encounters, and yet eventually they'll just become a memory. But you can tell that he's sad. So I'm excited to hear the voice acting in this moment, because in the manga, like you can tell through his facial expressions how upset he is and how he's trying to remain strong. But I'm sure in his voice we'll be able to hear like a lot more emotion. So I'm thinking this might be right here. This shot, maybe? When he walks away and she's looking up at him. Like right here, maybe. I could see her having that face when she's looking up at him right here. Maybe. But then, next, he starts showing his true colors of how he really feels, because she gets emotional. And she reaches her hand up to him. And he's just saying like, oh, my memories of Arisa will just become a memory someday. And then she knows like that he's just saying that to try to, I don't know, be strong or whatever, but he's obviously upset. So, I mean, I know it's kind of different reading this older, because when I was in high school, I kind of didn't really think about the age difference, but it is quite a gap. She's about to graduate high school in a year, and like he lived a very confined life, so he's just very like, he doesn't know much about the world, honestly. And I'm sure like once they're older, it's like no big deal, but like, yeah, it's different looking at it now, but I still like them as a ship. So this is where Kureno confesses to Toru that he does want to see Arisa. I want to see Otani, and now that I'm free from the curse, like I can love everyone. I can hug her as much as I want. I'm not possessed by a spirit. I'm free from the burden that everyone else is still under, but that's the reason why I have to be there for Akito. Ay, ay, ay. This is terrible. It's gonna be so sad. I'm probably gonna cry. Ugh, gosh, that freaking face. Kureno like wasn't my favorite character when I first read it, but I really do like him. I don't know, I'm Year of the Bird, so I feel a little like connected to Kureno, but I don't know. He's a very complex character, and it's interesting what he's gone through. He's very different from the other characters. Alright, so then this is probably the shot where he either says, I want to see Arisa, or he's saying, I have to be by Akito's side. This looks very similar. Even his hand is on his face. And then it goes to show the memory of when his curse broke, and Akito flipping the frick out. Ugh. Can you imagine? Like, yeah, he looks older, but like, honestly, he's younger than Toru and Kyo and Yuki and all those kids right now. Like, he is like, what, 15, 14 here? And to put that much pressure on a kid, I mean, I know Akito's younger too, but like, it's just terrible what Kureno had to go through. So this is probably when Kureno looks over at Akito and tells Akito to calm down, but then flips out and like drags him away from everyone and stay away from us. Akito's like so upset, saying, why did it break? It's our bond. And he's like, I don't know what happened. It just happened. And so it's interesting because this is where they mention those eyes. Like how Akito mentioned last episode with Yuki, why do you have those eyes? And it's the same here. So I think it all derived from this moment when Akito realized, like, your eyes are more distant. You're not part of the bond anymore. So then, this is where complete meltdown. Don't go, don't leave me, don't go anywhere. Like, this just looks so sad. His face, like, I'm pretty sure they show the screenshot of his face, and it's like, honestly chilling. Like, I can't even look. Like, it's like the shot with Kyo when he's having that confrontation with Akito and during the beach arc. Like, it's gonna be one of those scenes where I'm just like sick to my stomach, like, just ugh. Like, what else would you do in that situation? This child is like so desperate and clinging to you and just has nothing else but this bond, and what are you supposed to say in this moment? Like, he's overwhelmed. He just lost this connection that he's always had and doesn't understand what's going on. He feels truly alone for the first time in his life. Yeah, it's a lot. But I'm pretty sure the episode will reveal Akito's secret. I don't know if they will go anything beyond that. They might end with the mirror scene. I have a feeling that's where they're going to end the season, because that'd be like the ultimate cliffhanger. Wah! But looks like this is when Akito starts to feel better after Kureno says, like, I vowed to stay by his side, whatever it took to stop Akito's tears. I was willing to lie to everyone and tell them I was still possessed, even though I wasn't. So I'm guessing, oh, wrong hand. I'm guessing this is this right here. Like, it's just so tragic. And to think that he's had to live like this for over 10 years. Like, he was, what? He was like 14, 15 when this happened, and now he's 26? Dude, this poor man. Ugh. This shot might be, when he is crying about wanting to see Orisa, but, like, in front of Toru. But it also could just be, like, during this entire thing, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if it shows up. Like this. This looks like it might be it, actually. This shot right here. When he's talking, he's saying... It kind of shows what's happening to Otani at this very moment. She's working her other part-time job at the restaurant. And he's saying, I only met her twice, but it was the first time since becoming human that I thought I cared for someone. Oh my god. Also, this is the last picture. Sorry, I wasn't really announcing. I don't know, did I say that was the last picture? Anyways, yikes. What an episode. What a finale this will be. It's gonna be a lot to take in. I don't know what the anime-onlys are thinking. Like, I know some people have maybe figured it out. At least maybe the Akito stuff they've figured out, but not the Kureno stuff. I don't know. I feel like last week's episode with the little flashback of Akito saying, like, don't go, that kind of hinted a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna be big. And then official spoiler talk, like, for reals, big spoiler, Akito being a woman. Because this is where it shows Kureno, like, always being there for Akito, and, like, maybe it's out of pity that I hold him. He's still referring to Akito as him, but obviously they're doing something here. And he's like, I can't leave. I swore I'd stay by his side until the day he no longer needs me. But then he mentions, for the sake of that girl, and that's where Toru kind of looks up and is like, what? And he says, for that child, for that person weaker than anyone, more fragile than anyone, for that sad little girl. And then it reveals that Akito is a woman. So I'll still refer to Akito as, like, they Akito, but since Akito was raised as a woman, or as a man, everyone refers to him as he. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, because not many people know this secret, and now Toru is gonna be one that knows. So yeah, I don't think this ending is gonna be as closure feeling as the first season. Like, the first season just felt like, all right, we got a lot of stuff going on, and we're moving into summer, and things are coming. But this season is, like, literally in the middle of a conversation. Things are ending, and we don't get to see the end of that conversation for months. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go. But I can see them starting season 3 with the next few chapters, with Toru reacting to the reveal of Akito being a woman, about everything. She kind of breaks down, and that's when Hanajima comes to her rescue and senses that something's wrong. So I can see them kind of wrapping up that part of the story, and then maybe going back to the Kyoko flashback. But I don't know. I don't want there to be too many, like, flashback over flashbacks right in the beginning of the season. It's interesting because now that I look at it, I kind of view season 1 as, like, it was focused on Kyo. Like, Kyo realizing that he is moving forward, and he can there are people in the world that care for him. Because that was the point of, like, the end of season 1. Season 2 was about Yuki moving past that trauma, becoming a stronger person. And I feel like season 3 is going to be about Toru, how to move forward and accept that, you know, you're growing up and some things you have to let go of, and it's okay to move forward and be happy with the one you love. So I don't know, I think they're organizing it really well in terms of, like, seasons. I'm really excited to see the rest. I'm excited to have the break though, because I'm going to catch up on my manga comparisons. I got a few other ideas for Fruits Basket videos to make, and also more of my Twitch stream content I want to start making videos of. So I'll still be around, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I will see you all on Monday with the last episode of season 2. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye!